Hi, you're watching EaseIt, and in this episode of Excel is Fun series, we'll be looking at the match function. So let's begin. So what is the match function? Wait, let me explain it through a book. Let's change the background. Something like a library would be better. So in the previous video we discussed about the index function, in which we would give it a row number and it will return the value. But here we have the exact opposite. We only know the value and we want the no number from it. So for example, you have a sheet. You have some data on your sheet. For example, we have a book over here and you have different words over here. And you want someone to tell you on which row number will your and exist. You have your word and you want to know on which number will it come. So you'll give match and as a lookup value and this whole page as your lookup array, and then it will return on which line your and exists. So that is what a match function actually does. So let's slide into our sheet and see how it happens in real time. So here we are in our sheet. Here we have example of a data in a single column with multiple rows. We have 20 rows over here. So this is the data that we are going to be dealing with, and let's see how we can work and use match function to get the row numbers from it. So first of all, we'll tell Excel that this is a function and not data by putting an is equal to sign over there followed by the function name, which in our case is going to be the match function. So then followed by the first argument. The first argument is our lookup value. Like we discussed in our book example, the lookup value is the value that you know, and the lookup array is the array or the sheet from which you want to know which positions it come in. So for example, you had some value over here and you wanted to know in which row it comes, so you'll put that as your lookup value and that as your lookup array.
So let's look at another example. We'll first put an is equal to sign, then followed by our function which is match, and roses will be our lookup value. Our lookup array is going to be the same, but let's also look at the freeze function now.
So what does freeze function do? Well, it actually freezes the range. It makes it unchangeable. So what does that mean? It means if you're copying that formula down, or if you're dragging the formula down with the rectangular tool, or you're copying down a range, then that range will not change. It's especially useful in cases like VLOOKUP, or in our case match function. So what we'll do, we'll press function plus F4 key to freeze it, or we can put dollar signs in front of it.
We then have a third optional argument which is not necessary to give, but we have less than and greater than for numbers, and we'll use exact match for strings in this case. So hold for the corner and drag it down to copy the formula down.
So we can see we have two different errors. We have the and Anakin. Both of them gave an error. So why did error come in the case of the? Well, we can see that the is present in our data over here. The sky is blue. We have the over here. But if you see in detail, you'll find that it had two blank spaces in front of it. When you're using exact match as an optional argument, it will even match the number of blanks. So you have to keep in mind that if you have blanks somewhere, you can either remove the blanks manually and then complete the match, or you can remove the optional argument for exact type and then run it. You'll get the answer. So coming to the second point, why did we have an error with Anakin? Well, that's because Anakin was not present here. He was burning in lava. Well, that's a reference to Star Wars if anyone's seen it. But Anakin was not present in this table. Hence, it returned an error. So match will return an any error in two cases. Either the value is not present or it is not equal, and it will not be equal to only in the case that if it has extra number of blanks in it. Even if the case is different, for example, here we have if with a capital I and a small f, and in our data we have with small I, small f, it will still match because match function is case insensitive. So for it, if and if is the exactly same thing. So that was all about the match function. If you liked our content and our video, please be sure to subscribe to this channel. Also, please like, share, comment, and also follow me on Instagram is____it. And thank you for watching and have a safe and fantastic day.